people of God, it is important to understand that at some point in time that we are all going to be faced with something that will try to distract us. If you live long enough, there is going to be something that will try to distract you, whether it be a situation, whether it be a dilemma, whether it be a challenge or a trial. They will come to distract us. The truth of the matter is that they come to make us lose focus on vision so that we do not fulfill our destiny. We have been so overwhelmed by our own situations that we don't watch a lot of times our surroundings, and some of us have allowed the wrong people to get too close to us. Are y'all still with me here? And we have been so busy trying to fill in the gaps of our lives that we have allowed people who normally we wouldn't allow into our lives, but because we're so busy trying to fill in the gaps, we have allowed them to enter into a close space in our lives. Can I get any help in here? Normally you would have been watching, you would have been want to know, like, why are you in me? Why are you here? Why are you in my life? But because of what you're going through, we have found ourselves not, amen, protecting ourselves and not being very watchful. The Bible is very clear, and it says we need to watch as well as pray. Amen. So now we find ourselves here where we are doing anything just to survive or just to stay alive. One thing we do when we're trying to find ourselves in different places or uncomfortable places, what we start to do is, amen, we start to compromise. Okay, are y'all still here with me? All right, we start to compromise, and we will start to compromise our friendships. There are folks that have been friends with us for years, and we'll let a good friendship go because of a boo. I ain't got no help in. We'll let a good friendship go, a good friendship go because somebody said they don't like them. Can I get any help in here? We'll even compromise our relationships, our ministries. Amen. Some folks even compromise family. Amen. And even our integrity just to survive. Because many of us here today, amen, have said that, amen, things like, I'll never do that, or you'll never catch me saying that, or never catch me being here. And what you need to understand, you will never know until you get in a certain situation what you will do. I wish I had anybody that will clap your hand over your Bible and say, help us, Lord. Amen. So sometimes we find ourselves, amen, compromising and yielding to things we normally would not compromise with. But now when we look at this and we get in uncomfortable positions, when it seems like our lives, watch this, are falling apart. I don't know about anybody else. I don't know if you've ever been there, but have you ever felt like everything that you were doing, it seemed like it wasn't adding up or coming together? It seemed like I was paying one thing, seemed like here come two other things. Seemed like I was trying to get one thing together and here comes something else. I got my son together, then your daughter start acting up. You got your daughter together, then your dog start cutting up. It seemed like it's one thing after another. And I wish I had anybody. We have found ourselves doing some things, and what we say is, amen, that we would never ever do certain things. But you cannot say what you would not do except you be in a certain situation. And most of the time what we did because we thought it would ease the pain. And what we did because we thought it would take away, amen, the very thing that we were going through. A lot of times people even on different drugs, amen, sometimes they're not doing it just because they don't have nothing to do. It's because they can't handle the situation. They can't handle peer pressure or handle life. I wish I had anybody in here. And sometimes we look down on people that have addictions, but we never understand what they have been through. Some folks have been through rape and they still is playing in the mind and shout. But there are some folks that come straight off the street and they say, Lord, if you don't help me, amen, I'm liable to go back to something that is familiar. I'm liable to go back to something that took me out before, and I don't really want to go back there. So what I need is the, amen, the help of the Lord. Can I tell you today that what we need is the help of the Lord? When you look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I need the help of the Lord. I want to thank you for what you've done. I want to thank you for what you tried to do. But the only one that's going to bring me out of this situation is got to be God. I wish I had about 10 of y'all that will clap your hands, open your mouth, and say, this is a straight case for God. You're not going through just because the devil don't like you. It's just life. There are some things, amen, I've made some bad choices. There's some things I done made myself. But I'm so glad God did not give me over to the consequences of my bad decisions. I don't know about you, but I've made some bad decisions in my life. I've been some places I shouldn't have been. I've done some things I shouldn't have done. But I thank God for the grace of God today. Because if it wasn't for the grace of God, I wouldn't be standing in this place that I'm standing. I'm trying to tell you, I'm not worthy to be standing here. But it's the grace of God that let me stand here to talk to you today. And they said, by His grace is sufficient. And I come to tell about 5 of y'all, God Almighty, I don't care what you're going through. God's grace is sufficient. Why don't you encourage your neighbor and say, neighbor, God's grace is sufficient. I said, I win. Lord have mercy. I know you didn't fight the fight, because He said the battle ain't even yours. The battle belongs to God. He said, but oh, you're going to win. Can I tell somebody in here, you win with nothing in your hand. You win with no weapons. I believe God's giving you the victory. As a matter of fact, I feel a sweatless victory. For about 3 of y'all in here, that you ain't going to have to fight this next battle. God said, I'm going to give you a sweatless victory. That's why the devil's mad, because he thought by now you lose your mind. He thought by now you run away from church and talk about church hurt. We all can sing that song about church hurt. I'm over the church hurt. I know that He was wounded for my transgressions. He was bruised for my iniquity.